What's going on, guys? Your host, your boy, George Mackay, back again, pre-recorded as I always do. And I'm doing a Zoom interview. So in about 3 seconds, you're going to be able to see the man on the screen. But let me not waste any time. Please help me welcome back to Straight Talk Wrestling, Franky the Beast King.
Hello, Georgie. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Glad to talk to you again.
Yeah, it was fun. I was hoping we could do that again.
Absolutely, dude. The last one we did was fantastic, very well received. A lot of people really appreciated how real and emotional the interview got, especially near the end when we were talking about what you were looking forward to in terms of a TV run and how you thought you could help carry an organization. And then the sad part about it is 3 months later, COVID hit and the world just stopped.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I could complain as much as I want, but it's not going to change anything. You see a lot of people on social media and a lot of people you have conversations with, bitching, moaning, whining, complaining. Fact is, it's right there. There's nothing that we can do to change it, and we have to adapt. I see so many people just like going against the COVID rules for the sake of feeling that they stand for something. People that are against the mask, people that are against regulations that are put on. I'm all about defying the authority, in all honesty, but it concerns everyone's health. I see older people that are stuck in their houses and can't move and can't go anywhere, and it's been, 6 months. And these people won't be able to do anything with their lives, and as for the little time that they have left, because some fucking fools and morons want to feel like they can fight authority and fight regulation. I think that really fucking sucks.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. I live in Ontario. It's a hot spot, especially where I live right in Brampton. I know you are out in Quebec, and for a while there, Quebec had really, really high numbers. Now, mind you,
we did.
The fact and the fiction, and everybody talking about the conspiracy theories in the media, everybody saying the numbers aren't 100% COVID. It is what it is at this point. Let's just all be safe. Let's follow the regulations. I'm not a big fan of the masks, but I needed to protect myself and my kids. And I know you're doing the same.
I hate wearing the mask, but I'll do it because I have to. Mm-hmm. To make sure that, hey, does it work? Does it not work? I mean, if it can help, why would I argue with it? If it's that one little step, that one little thing that I have to do to make sure that the virus itself does not get spread around even more than it is, I'll wear the mask. Some people that I know have very dear people to them that have died because of COVID, and then I'm going to go to their face and go, I just don't want to wear a mask. That's fucking bullshit.
Selfishness is what it is. Anybody that would go ahead and do that, it's just selfish and stupid. It's 100%. I agree with you.
Absolutely.
So here in Ontario, at least, we're starting to get, it's winding down. It's the tail end of summer, obviously, but we're opening up and parking lot shows are happening. Wrestling events.
I know, I've seen that, and that's great. That's awesome. I know my good friend, I saw through his social media feed, Josh Alexander and Ethan Page have work shows in Ontario, and I'm glad that they were able to. Such talented guys as these guys, they need to put their craft on for everyone to see. So it's hasn't been the case down here in Quebec. There's been talks about combat sports being regulated and being brought back so people can, train and whatnot. But here in Quebec, I don't know if it's the same for you. Yeah, Ontario. I don't know. Back in the day, there was the licenses that was registered by the government. It's not the case in Quebec. In Quebec, it's looked upon as it's not registered by any form of government, by any organization or whatnot. So they'll stick within the realms of like musical shows and other spectacles of that kind. So regulation is not even close to being brought upon for our business. And I could bitch and moan and complain and whine about it, but I'm just waiting for things to pull through. And you just have to be patient.
Patience is the key right now. But on the plus side, and would you not agree with me in this question, that the time you've had off to heal, to get healthy, to kind of fix maybe some of those small injuries that might have been plaguing you? Every wrestler's got them. Has that not been beneficial for you?
I guess it has, but as weird as it might sound, your body gets used to the rhythm of being in the ring and whatnot on a regular basis. And it's used to the abuse, it's used to a certain level of pain that you have to pull through. As far, well, in my case, anyway. And now the injuries, some of my injuries per se, and my aches and pains are just constantly there, and my body's not used to dealing with them as much through physical effort. So I feel like an old man, basically. I am old. I had my birthday like last week, and I'm an old bastard. No, I'm not that old, but I'm older than most of the guys that would be on the show. And there's some, like, I'm having problem. No, I'm having a problem with my hands. I don't know if it's, I got to go and get it checked out with my doctor because I'm having a hard time with my fingers and my joints. And it's like, there's a few moments in the day. It's really an old man's problem because if it gets too humid out there, I have a hard time bending my fingers and whatnot. So, and I'd never had a problem with it if I was wrestling on a regular basis. So but my back has gotten better. My training has gotten better. I've gotten the chance to take way better care of myself, health-wise, due to the fact that I had more time to concentrate on my health. Because like I said, there's this thing that kept me going, was pushing myself constantly. Not having to do so made me realize that I need to slow down on certain aspects of things, and I did.
And that's great. And I saw, like, we're friends on Facebook and stuff like that. You posted some amazing pictures of your beautiful girlfriend, wife, and your stepson. They were amazing. The one picture of you kissing him, and the caption was, "Who's the mature one in this picture?" It's him.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah.
He's the mature one.
most definitely. I am so blessed. In all honesty, I'm so blessed. I couldn't ask for anything more, like anything truer, more legitimate, more fulfilling, and more stabilizing in life than my family. I mean, most guys will tell you that. I think if they're intelligent and honest, I've passed the point where, futile things and second-degree things matter. Like, there is nothing stronger bond-wise as family. And that kid keeps me alive every day. So does my wife. I'm truly blessed and I'm truly privileged to have found that stability, that level of stability, that level of love, that level of care, that level of affection that I get every day. Even though sometimes I'm trying to sleep and the kid just wakes me up with, like, slaps in the face, like he did today. But you can't get mad at him. He just wants to play with you. He just wants to have fun. And they're the best, really. I can't use any other words but that they are the absolute best thing that ever happened in my life.
100% agree with you. My daughter does the same thing. This morning she comes up, and I love my 10-year-old. She's a little bit more mature. She wakes up, she just says good morning. But my 4-year-old, she climbs into bed. She lays on my stomach. She puts her face right up close to me, and then she goes, "Dad," right between the eyes. And I go, "Oh," every morning, like clockwork. That's what she does. And I'm okay with it because I just know she's going to wake it up. One day, though, my fifth sense is going to take over, and I'm going to be sleeping. All of a sudden, I'm just going to be like, "What?" And I'm going to stop her cold. And she's going to be like, "Oh." Like, yeah.
You should do that before she turns like 18 or 20 because it gets heavy in your face to wake up.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it every day. When he does it, it's because he just wants to, he wants company, he wants to play. So what am I going to do? Like, come on, I need to sleep. And I slept long enough. Like I told you, I woke up so late. And no, this is the best. Like, I'd rather have this every day than a goddamn phone alarm that goes with a stupid ass, boring, generic song there's nothing more joyful than to see a smile with his missing teeth that looks at you straight in your face. You're like, wake up, Mike! He's the best.
So while you've been off, I'm assuming you guys have definitely bonded. You've got to speak some of his interests. What TV shows have you watched with the little man? I'm interested. I want to know, have you been sitting down to Paw Patrol, PJ Masks? What have you been watching?
Honestly, right now, I'm really hooked on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Nice.
And for what it's worth, I kind of like the show. I think it's fun to watch because the level of humor in there is not as childish as some of the shows. I mean, you can find funny moments even for adults. He had his phase of the Paw Patrol, and I had to get into a fight with him because I couldn't bear that show. I couldn't bear that show. That is, sorry for the language, but the worst fucking shit I've ever watched. I'm older. The shows I had you wouldn't know about when I was a kid because they were French. There was some educational like content. Paw Patrol is just a bunch of stupid ass fucking dogs that just, it's the same goddamn show every show. We have a problem. Let's call the little doggies and fix it. Fuck off. I mean, just no. Sorry for all
It's
Paw
okay.
Patrol fans out there. You know, if you're a Paw Patrol fan and you're watching this, well, you shouldn't be watching this, so fuck you. That's all.
You know what? My kid, she flip-flops. But recently, right now, we've been hooked on Mulan, the live-action Mulan. We bought it on Disney+, so we've been streaming it like every day. And I gotta say, if you're a fan of like, you know, Chinese mythology, the samurai stuff, you'll dig it, man. And I think your little guy would dig it too.
What's the name of it, you said?
Mulan. The live-action Mulan.
Mulan. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's amazing. I loved it. And I'm a big fan of the cartoon. And this was a great live-action adaptation. It's completely different than the cartoon in a lot of ways. But the fight sequences are top-notch.
They're good?
Really good. Okay. Really good.
I'll check it out. I'll give it a watch for sure.
Absolutely. And speaking of fight sequences, I was going through, because not a lot of movies have been coming out lately, I was going through my DVD collection and my Blu-ray collection. And lo and behold, I had forgotten about you in a certain one of my favorite movies.
Which one is that?
Brick Houses, man. Paul Walker.
Brick Mansions? Yeah.
Mansion, bro. That's a great, I mean, it's an adaptation of District 13, which is a French action film. Great film. I love part 1 and part 2. But Brick Houses was, you know, a Brick Mansion, was a completely solid effort. And it was a great,
it was, if you ask me, it's not as good as the originals.
No.
It's not as good as the originals, given that David Bell, the parkour guy, has aged. And it was really Americanized. I love European action movies. They have a different spirit. I think they're more mature, less stereotyped. And the action is when guys really go at it, it's really more intense and less generic than some of the American movies. But doing Brick Mansions was awesome. I mean, Paul Walker was honestly probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Just a genuine, nice, friendly, and sincere guy. I mean, the first ever time we met was on set, and he just comes up to me with this, $1 million smile that he has, and he goes, "Hey, man." I'm like, "Hey, Paul, how you doing?" He goes, "You must be T-Rex," which was obviously my character's name. I'm like, yeah. How'd you figure that out? Well, they told me T-Rex was like this big, really ugly motherfucker. I'm like, what? Yeah, so you suit the part. I'm like, well, fuck you, Paul Walker. You have a good day, man. And he left. That's the very first conversation we had. Just to tell you how, like, humble of a guy he is. We had so much fun on set. He was I'm not going to tell you he was a friend of mine, but he's just this great, he was just this great human being.
For sure.
I thought, I was afraid, given that you're from Ontario, that you were going to tell me that you saw Bounty Hunters with Trish Stratus. That I did.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not my
first. You have seen it?
I have seen it.
Damn it.
I have.
That is, Trish is a sweetheart. She's over talented in everything that she does. But that movie was a pile of shit.
It was.
God, it was brutal. And I mean, I watched my scene. I was kind of satisfied with it. And I tried to watch the end of the movie and I couldn't. It was painful. I'm like, no way. I'm really in that. And I'm like, I'm gonna, fast forward a few scenes, and it winded up being me fast forwarding the entire fucking thing. It was such a shit sandwich, I can believe it.
Oh my god!
But then again, nothing against Trish or the director. The director was sweet. I think it was maybe a lack of budget, maybe the script itself. But I'll say it again. The director was a phenomenal guy. I've seen him again in another production that I worked on maybe a year ago, and I hadn't seen it since then. And it's like we'd seen each other like every day since then. He's just great human being. I'm blessed in that way. I'm really lucky that most of things that I've done on a professional side, I've had the chance and luck to meet with great people. In businesses, given being art and movies and wrestling, where most people are not nice. I've really been lucky. And I myself as well, especially for myself, try to be that one guy that changes like the equation as far as assholes and nice peoples are. I really want to make sure that everybody that meets me, well, pretty much everybody, changes their impressions about how an artist can be perceived, or like a wrestler or an actor. I try to be generous with everyone and nice with everyone, not from a point of view because I want people to say, oh, he's so nice, because I think it's just, it should be the case with everyone. A lot of people are like, don't realize that. I think we've mentioned in the previous interview that if it's not for the people that you work for and wrestle for or do movies for, or you're sitting at home and you don't do shit. I find it so important to have respect and consideration for the people that buy your product, spend their hard-earned money on what you do as an artist, as a performer. Some wrestlers that just want to be looked upon as great wrestlers within the industry, I find that extremely selfish. It's my point of view. I'm not saying that I'm wrong, I'm right and they're wrong. No, not at all. But from my point of view, you do not perform to be looked upon as a great talent by your peers, but by the people that spend money to watch you. And I think that's one of my primary focuses, whatever activity or professional aspect of my life I am implicated in.
100%. And I think you live by that code. And like I said, I've interviewed a lot of people, but you by far are one of my favorites because every time we speak, and it's been shucks. No, but every time we speak, it's genuine, honest, and real conversation. And a lot of my interviews are that way. But I find with you really open up to me, and I appreciate the honesty. And I respect you for it. I do. And it's not easy. But one thing that I've noticed that has been cool with you about COVID, much like you said, you're still doing all your stuff, is that fantastic clothing line that you're affiliated with. Let's talk about that. That's amazing. I love it. I want one so bad. You got to hook me up, bro. You got to hook up your boy.
I will. Check out. I'll send you some stuff. It's that I got that connection with that guy a couple of years ago. I worked the show. It was a bodybuilding and fitness convention where some wrestling was added to the program, of course. And there was a bunch of different booths where they were selling merchandising, a lot of supplements and whatnot and stuff of that nature. And this guy had this small booth. I struck a conversation with him just as I was waiting for my match to start. He was a very friendly guy. And nothing really panned out of it, and I kind of forgot about it. And a couple of years later, give or take maybe a little more than a year ago, he gets in touch with me through a common friend that I did a movie with. Who's a friend with, they're both like from France. So they have this connection from France. And I shot this short film with Jordan, a really good friend of mine. And Michael, it's a French way of saying Michael. Michael just then got in touch with Jordan and says, can you get me in touch with Marc? And he did, and then we looked back on how we met and whatnot, and he just, well, like, I'd love to represent your product. And I'm really honestly not doing this for the money. I just love his shit. And Mikhail has become one of my best friends. When I have people in my life, especially if I'm gonna represent you and what you do, I gotta have a legitimate human connection with you. And I do. He's one of my best. We speak every day, not only about the clothing, we speak about everything. He's just become a very true friend. And I really believe and I really like his product. There's so much training gear and training like paraphernalia that looks just overwhelming and too flashy. His is really basic, yet flashes by its simplicity, I find. And it's really high quality clothing. We worked together on an FTM t-shirt. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of that.
I did.
It's really like the coolest shirt I think that was ever. I'm not really merch oriented, and I guess it should be, because in a way I guess I make more money, and it would probably also, most importantly, make people happy to be able for me to provide them with merch. But so this shirt, we made stupid thing that we made in COVID because it already sold out and there hasn't even been any shows. So we'll most likely do another a bunch of them. So when shows do start, if they do start again, I'll be able to have to sell this not to sell this. It sounds so selfish. People will be able to get the shirt if they like it.
It's not selfish at all, man. Like I said, during this time period, you guys don't have the fluidity to be working in the ring every couple of days, every couple of weekends. You don't have that right now. So I have been understanding that from everyone I've interviewed and all the connections I've made, all the friends I've made in the business, and anybody that I feel needs to help or that I want to throw up, I do. All these autographs that you see behind me, they came during COVID. I sent guys messages, hey, send me an autograph, send me a t-shirt, here's the money. And I don't have a problem doing that because I know you guys need it. And I'm steadily working. My full-time job, blessed enough that it worked through the entire COVID. I was an essential worker, truck dispatcher for a food company, and I was blessed enough to have that. So if I could spare $20 or $10, I would. And I urge all my listeners to do the same. Hit up all these people on Instagram. They're fantastic. They will get back to you. Spare the $20, spare the $25 because it helps them more than I think you would realize.
Yeah. But the way I look at it, I totally understand your point of view, and I really appreciate you looking at things from that angle. But I don't think people that come to wrestling shows already do help. They do. They help us in creating an opportunity for us to live our passion and to entertain them. I know I'm going to get heat from a lot of people for that, but I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be a merch bitch. You go to indie shows and it's like people almost force fans. They're like, hey, want a shirt, want a shirt, want a shirt. You know what? You're already getting paid to work. People want a shirt, they will come and see you. You want to be able to sell, you want to sell more shirt? Work your ass off. Get a connection with the crowds. And after that, they'll come and get you some merch. They'll come and get some of your merch because I hate, it's like when I shop, which I very rarely do because I hate it, and you walk into a store and you're like, hey, can I help you? What are you looking for? And you're like, peace, fuck off. I mean, I just hate being pressured into buying stuff. And I feel that a lot of indie workers do that because they want the extra money. I go to a show knowing I'm going to have a certain amount of money made through my paycheck, a paycheck that I am grateful to receive because some fans have come to the show and paid their hard-earned money already to watch me perform. So after this, the extra money I make is just a bonus. It's not something I base my budget on. But I think a lot of workers do. They don't even think about their paychecks. All they think about is their merch. And push it down people's throat. And that, sorry if that was a little rude, but nonetheless,
Actually, can you say that last
I'll
part
send
again?
you a pic and I'll send you a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Say again?
No, can you say that last part again? Because it froze a little bit. So you were saying about
I'll make sure to send you a shirt and an autograph as well, but I want you to pay for it. You're a friend.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I do. I'll exchange my address with you after the show. I appreciate and I love you for that. So when this episode drops, it's going to drop in just around Thanksgiving. And it's been a crazy year. It's been a year that we really
Who's right next to you? Hello, girl.
Oh, that's my little one. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi.
Hello. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I already have breakfast. You're fine.
She brought down some ice cream for me, so I'm gonna open it up.
Okay. Oh, what a sweetheart.
Yeah. It's for you. Yes, I'm sorry. It's for you. Okay. It's not for me. Okay, there you go. Okay. So it's gonna be coming around Thanksgiving. That was my daughter, everybody. Sorry for the interruption. Back to you.
Hello for the daughter. You people better say hello.
It's gonna be dropping at Thanksgiving, and this has been a crazy year. It's been a year that there's not been a whole lot to be thankful for. But as you stare across your family, as we cook that amazing meal and we sit down and we toast to whatever friends we're allowed to have around, whatever restrictions are open, what would you, not Franky the Beast King, but you yourself, what would you, Mark, be thankful for?
Wow, like I said earlier, family. My family is the most important thing. My mother, that's family again. My mother and my remaining brother that's basic. And the fact that I'm able to have a healthy, stable, generous, and fulfilling relationship with everybody that stayed by me, everybody that has believed in me, that means the world. I'm thankful for everybody around me. Because they help me go. They help me keep going. People that believe in me, that provide me with affection, care, and give me some of their energy when there's not that much energy to be had because we're so locked up and closed on. Every bit of energy I'm being provided with to my friends and family, that's what I'm thankful for. I don't need much. I just need to be happy. In order for me to be happy, I need people around me to be. So if people around me are happy, I'm thankful for that because I'm happy too.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. And that's honest and real, and that's all you can expect. And since we're talking about Thanksgiving, there's a debate in the world of culinary people that I think you can help me settle.
Go ahead.
Mashed potato or mashed sweet potato?
It's all on taste. I say mashed sweet potatoes. I think they're like taste-wise, mashed potatoes are the best. But my wife has a sweet recipe for mashed regular potatoes. I don't know how she does them. I don't want to know. I just eat like tons of it. So it all also depends on someone's diet. If you're really strict and severe about it, you might want to go with the sweet potatoes because they're better carbs. But who gives a fuck? If you want to eat potatoes, you eat fucking potatoes. I mean, but as far as I go, I love sweet mashed potatoes, but my wife's mashed potatoes are the best in the goddamn world, so I'm gonna have to go with that.
That's a good answer. I also prefer my wife does a great mashed potato recipe, but my mom does a mixture of the sweet potato and the potato. She mixes them together, and it's amazing. It's like a little bar. It's like a little bit of.
Next time she makes them, save me some. I want to taste it.
I will. I 150% will. And also, since we're talking about Thanksgiving, are you a white meat guy or are you a dark meat guy?
White meat.
Okay.
Like a motherfucker. I mean, well, I'll eat the entire like turkey, but if you let me choose, I'll definitely go with a white meat. Depending, like, if there's no gravy, I might go for dark meat because like white meat dries out more. But with a great gravy and great mashed potatoes, definitely white.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. You and I are on the same wavelength when it comes to
absolutely.
turkey.
We connect food wise and a bunch of shit wise.
And also, I know your birthday was last weekend. I did text you, but again,
yes.
Happy birthday and belated birthday
Thank
from
you.
all the Straight Talk faithful, because you earned it. You earned it. You look fantastic. You look healthy, and those pictures of your family, beautiful, and they represent who you are inside and out. You're a beautiful, beautiful human being.
Yeah, and there's this stupid part of me that wanted to, for social media for the longest time, to keep that. I don't want to overexpose myself personally on social media because, given that I have like some followers that I don't really know besides from wrestling. But you know what? Then I realized, like, it's not like I'm exposing my family to anything dangerous and whatnot. Or if someone is foolish enough to try to, harass my family, well, I'll go take it on their ass. I'll find them and I'll kill them. So I decided to let loose of the fiction that I thought I was imposing myself. And if I can provide something in that to gun for and look for, then that's even better than just going like, hey, look at me, I'm wrestling around, I'm the most basic aspect of what helps me being a great entertainer is the fact that I have self-balance and self-control, and that's provided to me through my family. So I think people should see it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great to see the transition of Mark become Franky, and then when Franky gets turned off, it goes back to Mark, and what Mark has waiting at home. What Mark has waiting at home is just love and unconditional, and I tell you right now, one day that little dude, he's gonna get bigger. And he's gonna take down Franky the Beast. He's gonna take down Franky the Beast King. I know he's gonna happen.
Kick my ass. He already does. I fool around. I kind of play around with him. He has a mean lockup. He can lock up with the best of them, and his word punches are devastating. In the way that, well, they're not really word punches. He just punches the hell out of my face sometimes. But they look good, though, right? I mean, I don't mind working with someone that's stiff as long as it looks good. So my son is a stiff-ass beast.
Well, there you go. There you go. You heard it here first, guys. If Franky the Beast King's son follows in his footsteps, the lineage is strong. So be prepared.
Oh, yeah. Oh, people are going to get their asses kicked.
All right. And if for anybody who's stupid enough to not be following you, so they could check out all this amazing clothing that you're working with and all this great stuff that you're doing and see who you are in and out of the ring, where can they find you on the wonderful world of social media?
My Facebook is pretty filled up, but I'm on Instagram under my my real name, which is a mouthful for English people. Marc-André Boulanger. Marc-André, like the guy from what's that band again? Whatever, Andre. A common English person will know how to spell Andre. Marc-André Boulanger is kind of harder. What it is, it's the exact translation for baker in French. So my name in English would be Marc-Andrew Baker, which sounds kind of okay.
It does.
But it's Marc-André Boulanger. If I say it fast like that, nobody's going to pick it up. My last name is Boulanger. Boulanger. Look it up. I'm on Twitter, and I've gotten a little more into the Twitter game recently. I've never been a strong Twitter user or a constant one, but hey, when Cody Rhodes was doing the TNT Championship gimmicks where he was having, I decided to get on his case and, get a little bit of exposure and challenge him and whatnot. Obviously, nothing panned out of it, but I got like a couple thousand more followers because of it. And a lot of people that never heard of me just saw pictures and are like, who the fuck is that? If you don't know me, and I like some people posted videos and whatnot, and so my Twitter account is the Beast King FTM. That's an easy one to follow, and I'm trying to be more regularly on it. And but that's going to be kept to a strictly business-oriented, like media outlet, because this like Instagram, you'll see Mark for who he is, but the Twitter account is all Beast King.
It's all Franky. It's all Franky, and that's okay. I like both sides. I love Franky and I love Mark. They're both great human beings. And especially when Franky steals my water, though, at a show at Crossbody 2 years ago, still didn't pay me back for the water. But that's okay. I'm over it, Franky. I'm over it.
I spilled your water?
No. You were fighting next to me, and Holden Albright stole my water and spit it. So I think both of you should have split the bottle, in my opinion.
I'll send you a check.
That's okay. Don't worry. I'm over it. All right, brother. As always, it was a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to text you my address. You get me that autograph when you have the time. And Franky,
it'll be on its way as of today.
Perfect. And as always, you're always welcome back on Straight Talk. Anytime you want to chat, you hit me up, brother. We're going to do it all over again.
Will do, brother. Love you, man.
All right, brother. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I am your host, George Mackay. Don't forget to follow the socials. Tune in next week. And like I said, this episode is going to drop Thanksgiving. So from myself, happy Thanksgiving. And from Franky the Beast King,
go fuck yourselves.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Guys. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Peace out, guys.
Bye-bye.
Later, brother.
Thank you for listening. Tune in next week for another episode on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Also follow us on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And for all our merchandise, you can search us on ProWrestlingTees.com.